Here we go. Got several on the new high hitting, several on the new low. We got a couple on the strong down, NBIS and GFS. We'll see what happens for the day. Maybe I'll do a little better than I did yesterday at not picking things at the top. We'll see. And I think I got a habit of saying we'll see, so I'll try to stop that too. All right, 5 minutes in. And yesterday we had a big gap. I think we ended up over 300 on the NASDAQ. And again, that makes trading days a little tougher. Was that the reason? It didn't help. But right now the NASDAQ's at 19. Qs did not gap up, but $2.75. It's over here. I got gap information right here. That's how I knew it was a big gap up yesterday. SPYs are at 41 cents. So no big gap. Maybe we'll get some plays that don't do the reverse parabolic and sit there and then drift down. But we want them to sit here for a few minutes and then head up. That's the classic one that I look for. We got one of those yesterday, but I missed it. It was SOXL. So we'll see how today goes. All right, UAL showing up. It's 6 minutes in. And you know what yesterday does? Yesterday makes me want to trade earlier. It really does. It makes me want to go, okay, if you'd have traded 15 minutes earlier, you would have caught those runs. It's true, I would have. The problem is, most of the time, from looking at a bunch of charts and making a lot of trades that early, about 3 bars in is when it starts to roll over. It loses all its steam of the open, except maybe on days like a big up like that. Maybe I should try to remember that and ride that momentum, because once it hits that, those big runs, it trails off. But also the market trailed off yesterday too. So, but you can still have strong stocks with the market pulling back. So, all right, we got UAL on the. We got BE, GLW, ZS, MP, GFS, strong down. UAL's on the strong up, and it makes you want to trade it. I'll throw it on the chart so we can look at it. There's UAL right there, kind of sitting there, and I'll show you what it looks like on the chart. We're 38 cent. Had a $3 gap. We're 19 cent up above the 5-minute open range. That's a big candle right there. So we'll see what it does. But I still don't intend to trade until the 30-minute range is, and I hope to pick better better entries simply because yesterday I had really strong fives, and really strong fives are characteristic of the stocks I've been talking about that tend to hang up here and then do this move to the upside. They didn't do it yesterday, so I cheated entries on weak stocks. They were weak. They didn't have strong. They were missing pieces of the workflow. But the reason I entered those trades was mainly because I saw a extremely strong 5 minute chart, and they can hang at that level and then roll up. But these did not roll up. The only one that did was SOXL, and I missed it somehow. So 9 minutes in, I just threw UAL on there so we could watch it. This is all we've got on the scans over here. And yesterday I was horrible at moving, when I made a trade, moving the camera to the right screen. So hopefully I'll do better today at that. And so hopefully I'll do better today at that. And we'll go from there, because I did horrible yesterday. I think I traded 5 times, and 4 of the 5 I did not. I did not move the camera. All right, she's flattening out right here. We are 10 minutes in. Over here on the market analyzer, it's still above the 5 minute. It hasn't broke the 5 minute high yet, which happens to be, or the 10 minute high, which happens to be that bar right there. The high of the day, or the 10 minute high, is 112.92, and it's still just kind of sitting there, pulling back a little bit. You can see the price action right here, and see that's why I try not to trade the early open ranges. I tried them for a long time. I thought 15 minutes would be the perfect time. It wasn't, and basically ended up using the 30. And again, yesterday the 30 failed, and had a big loss, max loss, $900. But that's day trading. It happens. Am I happy about it? Not hardly, but it's how it goes. So we'll see. But UAL is pulling back. If you'd have made that 5 minute break of 40 cents or whatever it was, it's already pulled back 36 cents. And that's been my experience of trying to trade the 5 minute open range. It's all really difficult to do. All right, this is what's on the scans. LU, I think that's Lululemon. Over here you got JP Morgan, ZS, I don't know who that is, OKLO, and MP. And like I've said in pretty much every video, I try to wait till about 15 minutes in to start loading up the charts, and we'll see if we have a better day today. I'm going to go small shares, 100 to 200. I think I did a $500. I think I did. Probably going to do all 100 shares today, because the trades I did yesterday were 500, and the rest were 200 shares. And so we'll stick strictly with 100 shares. And I can't trade long today either. I still work. I have to go to work today. So we'll see. CRM is hitting the new high. We're 13 minutes in. And again, we're going to trade strictly strong ones on top of strong fives today. Not trading anything, but if the one is not strong, if it's not buried on stochastics, if it's got one color that's not showing, I'm not trading it. Because yesterday, those were not truly great setups. They had some strength, but I could have waited till they showed their strength, and guess what? They never really did, and we would have stayed out of those trades. So that's my goal today. Trade better, trade smarter. And let me show you this. SOXL was our big was our winner yesterday of the ones I looked at that hit our that really did what I was wanting those other ones to do. Look what it's doing today. It sold off big right here, down in this corner here. Had a little gap up, and then boom. That's your 5 minute bar, and that's been my experience. This thing is cranking. Is probably up. Probably had a $5 or a $10 gap. Let's see. That's 224. That's 233. So that's like a $10 gap. That's like a $10 bar, and then boom. Well, actually, it's longer than that because it gapped up here. It opened up here. So it was from here, 25 to 42. So it's like a $20 gap, and then boom, it sells off, and then some. So again, that's why I don't trade the open range, the early open ranges. UAL hit the strong scanners early. Look, it's holding up. We've got 90 on the RSI. We got 90s on the STO-D, STO-K. That's what we're looking for. It pulled back to the 9 on the 1. Again, UAL might turn out to be the one we want. That gives us our little run. The 1 is weak though. We've got 75, 69. It's weak. And it's weak because of this pullback. It was at 90. It was at 89 on the RSI and 90s on the STO and STO-D. So that's pretty strong. We are 16 minutes in, and I'm going to start putting stuff on the stock symbols on the watch list. We didn't have any that I remember hitting the long scan yesterday. I mean the down scan yesterday. We didn't have any. All right, we're 15 minutes in. CVNA and several are above and below it. Well, several are below it. Only CVNA is above it. Look at these pullbacks. Well, they're not pullbacks. Those are actually the ones heading down. I'm sorry. Because yesterday I didn't put any shorts on there. QCOM's down $17. JPM. JP is down $17. JP Morgan is down 9. That's, I think, 562, 852, so 957. So they're pretty significantly down. And we will trade absolutely perfectly strong 1s along with perfectly strong 5s. That's what we're going to do today. If that yesterday was probably should have been a no trade day because we didn't have the strength on the ones that I try to hold out for. But I knew those stocks can move $3-4 in a short span, which is what we want to trade. What if we get a $10 run and we get $3 of it? That's what I shoot for. I'd like to get to 10, but I'm not gonna say you're gonna get the whole 10. I showed some pretty good moves up, but they did that reverse parabolic, and what I was hoping for, they would sit here, hold their strength, and then because the 5 was strong, the 1 would eventually become strong. So I don't want to call it cheating entries, uh, but we'd either be missing the RSI or we'd be missing the Stow D. That's a weak setup, and I knew it. I knew they were weak, but the 5 was really strong, and it's been my experience that when you have a strong 5 like that, those ones tend to move back into confluence, but they didn't. So CVNA is our strong one right now. We've had a few hitting the scans. We've had CRM, AFRM. Wolf is now showing up on the short side. QCOM, I think I didn't see it earlier, or did I? Yep, QCOM's on the short side. Wolf. We're 20 minutes in. Our gaps are right here. We got only one gap above $5. That's GFS. It was a $7 gap down. Amazon's on the 5-day scan. Nothing yet. UAL's flickering on and off on the strong scans. Right there, back. I added a new indicator yesterday. It's the 2 EMA versus price. It tells me if the 2 is still above the price is above the 2. All right. Down here on the 1 minute chart, it consolidated. It's weak. We've still got good numbers on the 5. We've got 93 on RSI. We got 90s on Stow K, Stow D. That's very strong 5. Are we going to do what we did yesterday, where we would take a weak 5 and trade it? I don't know. It might be our only trade. And there were some great trades yesterday, or some great moves, but they all happened very quickly. And like I said, I told you I started out at 5, then I went to 10, and then I went to 15 to give me more time to try to pick the best move like that. UAL. We got a 3. It's breaking out of the 20. We still got these, like I said, we've got a very strong 5. This is what we traded yesterday. We traded weakness into a strong 5. My expectations were the 1 would move, and all we're looking for are small $1.50 dollar, moves like that on a couple hundred shares, on 500 shares. We've got our money. We've made our money for the day, or at least on that run. With the way the 5 looked, I was absolutely sure we would get that move, simply because the 5 was that strong, but it didn't happen that way. So we're 31 cents above the 20-minute open range. We had a 3. I'm not sure why we had a 3. I do know why. I forgot I changed it the other day. This 3 formed before we had steepness on all 3 of them. It only gives me the signal. It only alerts me when the 3 forms and we have steepness on the 2, 4, and the 9. And we only had 2 and the 4 when this formed. Because look at the 9. And you can also tell that that this is a weak move because the 9 is not at threshold. And we had that yesterday too. The 9s were weak on those moves yesterday. So like I said, I'm hoping to try to do better. I strictly entered those trades because we had such a strong 5. We had some strength in the 1s, but we didn't have it where it should have been. We want a 1 that's just as strong as the 5s that we were seeing. And we didn't have that when we entered all those trades. Every single one of them. I went back and looked at it. I did a follow-up. I forgot to change the screens. I'm trying to get better at it. Well, this is new to me, and I'm trying to get more smooth at changing screens. When I'm looking at something, I need to remember to change the screen. But I mainly look at this, but when I go to the chart, trade, I want y'all to see the trade. And I had 4 of the 5 I didn't show. So I did a walkthrough where I showed you where I entered, where I got out, and why I got out. And it's up. I put it on YouTube. It's not impressive. By no means is losing $900 impressive. All right, so we're flickering with strength on the 1 right here. I saw that turn green. However, we have no momentum right here, 0 momentum, and we want to be in trades that pop. We make our money and we get out. That's what we want. And over here, UAL is the strong one right now. So ZS just showed up. I think I've already got it on there, but it's on the down scanner again. No, I didn't have it. And look at this. Again, I gotta, this right here, this is why the gap information is so important. That's a $47 gap down right there. It looks like this. That's your $47 gap down. Wow. It continued down, but that's a pretty tough. It bounced around several dollars before it headed down, and we are definitely strong down. We got it all. Look, this is the 5. Boom, boom, buried. That's what we want to see. We didn't have that on the 1s yesterday. So 625 smoking down. That's big down volume on the 5. We got pace up, which will push a price up, make it bounce, which means you go in and it can bounce at 50 cents to $1. But this is the strong down colors that we're looking at right here. 582 here, and that's called Peru, gold, whatever you want to call it. But that's pretty good. It's $1.25 down on the 120 on the 25-minute one. That's a good move. UAL is still on the strong up scanner. We've got several hitting. It's 9:58, so we're almost 30 minutes in. We got several hitting the new high of day, but they have not shown up on the strength scanner yet. So we'll put them on here. And they may become strong. And let's just wait patiently for things to line up. And I'm gonna give it my best shot of trading better today than I did yesterday. UAL still showing. It made it to the 25, so it's flat right here. It's doing that slow grind. We got no momentum right here. It was fairly strong through that move on the RSI, but the stows were still kind of weak. RSI was 80. We're looking 80s and 90s. And I'd like to see 85 and 90 on the one. So, patience today. Patience today. You got 1 minute till the 30-minute open range is formed. UAL still creeping. That's pretty good right there. She is $1.84 above the 5. But just still no strength. No momentum, no strength. And nothing on the 30-minute yet. 30-minute open range breakout. ZS, I don't know if I can short it. It's below the 25, but not the 30 yet. This one could go. These big gaps could do. They're difficult to trade, especially early on. Look right here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 minutes in, it's up and down. Those are 10 bars. So that's mean the first 10 minutes right here. Actually, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, about 15 minutes in. So we'll just watch it. All right, this is what we have on the scans now. We've got Reddit, we got SATS, IREN, Target, XBI, I don't know who that is, and UAL is back on it again. So we added them, and let's see. CBRS is, we got good volume here on that's pace, that's the 1. We're weak, but Reddit is strong. It's made a move up. We're $1.38 above. Reddit is, we're looking at 90, 80s and 100s. That's very strong. And like I said, I'm going to go small shares today. That's about a 20-cent spread. Let's see what we get. Again, Reddit's number 2. CBRS is number 1. A little weak on CBRS. Again, I'm going to be real particular today. Reddit's 27 cents off the high. CBRS is 78 cents off the high. It's bouncing around. This IREN is hitting new highs. IREN. That's it right there. 80s and 90s looks good. We got steepness on the 1. It's moved up to number 2. We got great volume here, great volume here. So that's IREN. And if you look at Reddit, Reddit did a big pullback right here, so I'm glad we didn't do that one. We'll put Irene on the trading chart or the brokerage chart. Again, it's number 2. It's bouncing between number 2 and number 3. It's pulling back. Got heavy pace coming in right here. You can see it here on the chart. And that's why I like these indicators. The inbox wave indicators is subjective. You can see the numbers. And the same number will show up in the appropriate column over on Market Analyzer. We're back to 918. It's very, very strong. We got good pace. We got good volume. We're 90s, 85 and 90. We got a 3 up here on the 5. We're going to take the trade.
Order filled.
Good. We're going small shares today. We just lost some momentum on the 1, but we're very strong on RSI. RSI is 80, 87, and 99. That's what we should have been playing yesterday. I didn't. I cheated. This still may fail, but these are right now our best plays. We've got RSIs up here of 90, of 80, 88, and 96. That's what we want to see. Very strong plays. And we're going for like 50 cents to $1, which on 100 shares is going to be 50 to 100 bucks. We just got a 3, an X control 3 right here, which was flickering. Again, we'll just we're going to be cautious today. All right. I'm looking at the numbers here to see if it's still buying. We lost some strength and momentum up on the 5. But my numbers are still positive. It's selling. So we're going to sell. We're going to dump it.
Order filled.
So first trade, a loser. $51. Then Amazon has showed up. VOYG. We'll add those to the watch list over here. CRBS is pulled back, rolled back around. It's moving back up. It's our strongest one. Reddit is still number 2. IBM is number 3. We got strong on Amazon on the 1. So we'll look at Amazon. We have a strong 1 and a strong 5. All right, it's flickering on and off. We got very strong 5s here. We got a strong 5 on Lululemon, strong 5 on I believe it was that VOYG. Yep, VOYG. Amazon's on the strong scanner. Again, we're going to stay with small shares today. Reddit's hitting the new high scan, but it's kind of weak. 38 cents off the high. CBRS is $1.64 off the high. Nothing's going like gangbusters. And if we do what we're supposed to do and use the top 2 and 3 as our watch list and the bottom 2 or 3, then these are the ones we concentrate on entering if they ever show strength on the 1 and the 5 in confluence, because they're where the interest is. And then ZS, which had the $47 gap down, it's only $1.41 past the 30-minute open range, or below the 30-minute open range. So just sitting there. That one can retrace. They'll think it's a bargain and start pushing it back up. All right, we got some momentum on the 1 on CBRS. Pretty strong on the 1. Got 87 and 90s. I mean, on the 5, on the 1, we're way below. We're in the 60, we're in the 59 range. I'm not looking at that. We don't want to trade that. That's what we traded yesterday. We traded weak ones. We're not trading weak ones today. BA just hit the new high scan. BA is number 3. $1.80 something, $1.53 above the 30-minute open range. We got weakness here on the 1. It's weak right now. We'll see. So we'll see if it becomes strong. YSS, strong scanner. It's right here in the middle. Nothing to scream about. Lululemon is about making new highs. When it hits 0, that's a new high. But we don't have good strength on the 1. We have very good strength on the 5. And Lululemon is $1.12 up, so it's not really blowing the doors off. Reddit's back on the strong scan, as well as Lululemon. BA has moved up. We got 80s and 90s. The 5 is weak on BA. We're 76 and 89, so it's weak. But the 1 is weak also. It's 210 up. We'll load it up on our chart and just wait and see. Got a good spread. We got steepness, but the strength numbers on the stochastics are not where I want them. Same down here on the 1. We had some momentum right here on the heat map, but it's back below 66 and 62. We don't want to trade that. Traded weak yesterday, and I should have quit. I should have quit around when I did 2 big losses in a row and put me. I think I was 545, I believe. Should have stopped right there. You do not have to trade to your max loss. You can quit early when things don't seem to be and basically, and this is hindsight. Always 2020. Basically, I had very strong 5s yesterday on the moves that I attempted, and they failed. They failed 2 times in a row. I should have quit because those 5s were knocking it out of the park. They were like high 90s on RSI, high 90s on stochastics. You can't get any stronger than that, and they failed. The 1 did not generate enough momentum to come back in confluence, and I should have quit. Or I should have waited till the 1 was in total confluence, and I'm talking about high 80s, high 90s on the 1 also to go along with the 5, because that's really what you want to trade. going in a week, and what I did, I went in weak knowing I was weak, and because I'd seen this in the past, I knew five stocks that were high 90s on the RSI and stochastics. I've seen it. I can't tell you countless times where they just do this. Well, I don't want to call it a slow grind because we don't want to trade it, but they do make a move up, and it could be a $2, $3, $4, $5 move, and we want to be a part of that. But it didn't happen that way yesterday. So today we're going to be more particular. We want 80s and 90s on the 1 with momentum that matches the strength of the 5. And if we can get some, if we can actually get some 90s and 90s on the 1, that's the momentum we're really looking for. Okay, we got some new guys hitting a new high day. EMPH is hitting it. Shop was hitting it. Reddit's back to hitting it. Let's see if Reddit's giving us anything. See, we want 90s right here too, guys. 85 and 90s right here on the RSI. We want 85 and 90s right here on the 1. If we've got it here, that's wonderful. But yesterday I was cheating. Knew I was cheating, but I was cheating for a reason. But we want high 80s, low 90s here on RSI also. On the RSI, that's a stock that's cranking. That's a one that's moving, and we didn't get that yesterday. Again, I took I tried to make week ones. I had an expectation they would become strong, and they didn't. All right, we got good volume here on BA. 486 is good. We got good pace, but unfortunately, we got a negative number here on the 1 minute chart, and it's getting less negative. So buying is coming in, but it's still not where we want here. Here we want good momentum. I mean, good strength to go along with the momentum that we're seeing. GH just hit. CRH just hit. The new scans. Again, BA is showing some momentum on the 1 and the 5, but weak on the 1. We can look at it. This is what it looks like right here. It's weak. See right here. See how it'll have a little bit a little momentum, then it'll flash on and off. That we don't want to trade that. We don't want to be in that. Team and Lululemon hit the extra strong scanner, but we've got nothing showing right here. That's Lululemon right there. It's gray, which means it's flat. We got nothing on the 1. It's just flat today. Target showing on the strong scan. Reddit's got great volume. No, that's not Reddit. That's ENPH. ENPH has got great volume. Let's look at it. It's weak. It's only like 76.90, and on the 1 it's like 77.89. It's weak. Okay, Lululemon, we got 80s and 90s showing. Let's see. Let's look at it. It's our number 2. It's our number 2 stock. We'll put it on the trading chart. See what happens. We got 30,000. We're at 81 and 89. Not really strong. I want 85s and 90s. Up here, we've got a very strong 5 again. I'm going to try not to get sucked in. We're talking 95 and 90s. That's strong, guys, on a 5. Well, yesterday we lost on every one. I entered early. I'm not doing that today. It's going to be, we're going to have 90, 85, 90, and 90s on the 1 before we enter anything today. Well, I already did one trade. I forget who it was. It was Irene. And had 100 shares on that. Lost it, some momentum, pulled back. Sold it for a $50 loss. $51. All right. Reddit. Still, Reddit's at 282. Decent volume here. Good pace on the 1. Small volume here, but growing. Got a little bit of momentum. Just got a 3 on the 2 right here. I mean on the 1. Got a 3. And it's done a little sharp climb, but the 1 is weak, guys. I'm telling you, I'm not trading it. It looks great. It makes you wanna get in it. But the 9, if you'll notice, the 9 is weak through here. And that happens during consolidation. But we want, when it does that, we want the RSI and STO to kind of hang in there a little bit, and it's not doing it. But Reddit's strong on the, it's definitely strong on the 5. If you'll look over here, that's 85 and 90, man, right here. This is strong. Look, this is, I don't know who this is. It's Target. Target is strong. It's even it's flickering with being strong on the 1 also. COF is hitting a new high scan, so we'll throw it on there. $10.21, we've taken 1 trade. All right, Wolf is definitely strong down on the 1. Very strong down on the 1. Dark red is very strong down. Red is strong down. Got strong volume on the 1, strong volume on the 5. That's QCOM there. We'll look at QCOM. Very strong down here on the 5. We want to be like 10s and 5s here, and we don't have it. We're at 25. We have 5 on the STOs, but we don't have the stochastics. COF gave us a 3 right here on the 5. Let's look at it. All right, we're 86 and 94. That's good. We want to see that on the 1. Right here, we see it, 86s and 90s, 85s and 90s. It's flickering on the 5 back here. So we're going to wait. We got a strong down on ZS again. Let's look at it. That's going to be our, all right. ZS is strong on the 5. Definitely getting stronger on the 1. Let's see if we can get some of this. It's got good volume down. It's very strong down. It's like 15 and 5. Got a good spread.
Order
We'll go
filled.
short. Let's see if it'll go down any. We're doing small shares. I'm doing 100 shares. Again, we're at 15 and 5. That's very strong down on the 1, and that's what we should have been trading yesterday. We got negative numbers here. Like I said, I always get bounced out. The negative numbers are getting less negative, so it's buying. It does it every time. 32, 33, it's back to being, it's more negative. We got positive pace coming in, that's why it's affecting it. If this pace would go away, does it every time when I short something. Every time.
Order filled.
All right, that's 30 bucks there, 38. All right, but that's what we want to see. We want to see the 1 buried just like the 5. And I'm telling you, shorting, it does this every single time. Every single time I try to short one, so I don't short. But if we can get a 1 that looks like, that gives us these numbers right here, we're gonna rock the house. And I forgot to change it on the, sorry guys, I forgot to change it. You didn't miss anything. It turned, I'll come right here. I entered right about here on this bar, about middle way of that bar, and as soon as it dropped down a little bit, I think we were positive about maybe 30 or $40 with good strength down. The RSI was less than 15. The Stowe K and D are like 0, so that's very strong down. And then pace comes in, pushes it up, and we lose 30 bucks. I think it's $36. So that's how trading shorts works for me. I've never got a really great successful trade. Okay, now we got pace coming back in negative. Got negative pace right here. We got negative volume coming in. We've already got big numbers up here, and we're strong. I'm gonna try it again.
Order filled.
I'm gonna short it again. The problem is it reversed at this point. Will it reverse again? We got negative numbers here, getting bigger. That means it's selling. We got negative pace. What I'm hoping is the positive pace don't come in and reverse us again. Plus, it's already down. It's already down $57. How much more can it go? Well, it can go more, but how much more will it go? And this is a week 1 on the RSI, but the Stows are down there near 0. Stochastics is near 0, and that's what we're looking for. We want the RSI too, but that was a quick pullback, and maybe we'll. And there comes the pace. Look, there comes the pace. There comes pace. Let's see if the. And let's just hang in there just a little bit. Oh, getting out. Getting out. Stochastics is back from 0 to about 15. So aggravating. We still got selling, but this pace will cause it to bounce. That's why I like these indicators. They give us good information. Shop and Team and Now are on the strong scanner. Shop is number 3, number 4. But we got nothing on the 1 here. We want strong 1s today. Not getting them. QCOM, is we want like 15s and 5s, and we got 20s and 5s. We got pace here pushing it up. Got a nickel there, 10 cent. We got pace pushing it up. Right here's your pace, and it's pushing it up. Again, that's what the shorts are just. They don't seem to give as smooth a run as does longs. Longs they can turn on you too. But all right, right here we got a 1. We got shop that's got some strength showing here on the 5, some strength on the 1. Not very much momentum here. It's not moving up as quick as we like. But let's see what it looks like. Maybe that's the trade we're going to have to do, the slow grind. I don't like doing them. See that right there? It's just flat. It's not hit threshold of my up move. Again, when it doesn't have that momentum, it just kind of just sits there. It'll go up a little bit, it'll go down a little bit, and then next thing you know, you got to figure out, well, am I going to stay in this, or no? It's not quite cutting the mustard yet. We got high volume coming in. That's high pace, 48,000 high volume on QCOM. I have done. I don't like doing it because it seems to be sporadic at being successful. We still got negative numbers growing right here on the 5, but you could do that as a reversal and see how high it gets pushed back up. The problem is you got negative numbers up here still growing on the 5. It's still selling on the 5. 31,000, 32,000. It makes this move up less likely to be of significance, even though you got good volume right there. You see here, I was kind of change this damn thing. That's 37, 5, 38. So negativity or selling is still growing here. We had a big positive number here, 72,000. We have pace. At the time we had significant pace pushing this up, but it's only going to go so far if the 5 is still selling. So it's a risky play. It's a risky play. All right, Reddit's back to being at 80 and 80s and 100s. So that's decent. That's decent. We want 85s and 90s. Reddit's very strong on the 5. Very strong on the 5. All right. We got 80s and 90s. It's kind of weak. It's, see. All right, from here on the 5, 151.40 to 156. That's a $5 move. Maybe I better figure out how to trade the 5 and stay away from the 1. That's a good move. That's a good move. And we saw that it was strong because these numbers are strong right here. Shop is strong. I think that's shop. Yep, shop is strong. It's moving up. But the 1 is just not giving us any momentum. And my sentiments are the 1 lead the 5, either up or down. And this is, even though it looks like it went straight up and you made good money and it happened fast, it didn't. It took from here all the way over here to make that happen right there. This is at 10.11. Where's 10.11 at? There's 10.10 right here. 10.10, 107, all the way up to 106. Was that 6 or 8? That's 8, 108. It didn't happen quick, guys. That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. But I guess I guess, I don't know, a 25-minute play for a couple of bucks, maybe close to $3. That's maybe I should rethink my trading plan, because we see them. They're strong. They're strong. Look, strong here, strong here. Been strong the whole time, pretty much. But no momentum on the one, which is how we try to enter to get in and out quickly. Could we trade a slow grind? Yeah, we could trade a slow grind. But we still have to watch the one, because the one can, like I said, the five can look wonderfully strong, and the one pull back a couple of dollars. Right here at 106.87 down to 105.48. That was 9.47. It's that move right in here, that one bar. That's what that is. Okay, but this held, the 9 held its steepness, but the 9 is still not colored. The heat map is flat. That's just a long. It made money, but the longer you're in the trade, the riskier it is. I don't know. I'm trying to stick to what has worked so far. Didn't work yesterday because I did a lot of. I entered week ones to use the strong fives to my advantage, and I should have waited, because the ones, believe it or not, even though these last 2 days have not shown it, the ones can do 85 and 90, 85 and 90, and or along with the fives, 5 minutes stochastics, and then you add momentum or steepness of the EMAs, along with the buying columns and the pace columns. I'm telling you, it's something to see. But yesterday, if I had to do it all over again, I'd be doing what I'm doing now. Instead of being down $900, I'm only down $86. But you could say, well, Larry, if you traded the 5, like Reddit, if you'd have traded Reddit when it was strong, you'd be up from here. And the 9 does tell you it's strong. The 9's hit threshold, and that's the higher trend EMA. It's a 9. That you want to see that. But if you'll look at this right here, the 9 did not really do anything down on the 1 here. Didn't do anything. There's no strength on this stove. RSI. There's no strength on. God damn it. If you look right here, the 9 is very strong. It's hit threshold. It pretty much went straight up. But to trade the 1, it's you think it. The 1 just meandered along here. It's up a little bit, it's down a little bit. It's up a little bit, it's down a little bit. I don't want to trade that. But it makes you want to change your trading plan when you see it go from the 30-minute open range was probably, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So 30-minute open range was probably right there. It was right there. That's the high. So it went Reddit is now 417 above. That little move right there is 417 above from there. That's a good move. 100 shares, small shares. That's $400. That's good. But if you take that same 30-minute down here, and in here, that's another 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So 45 minutes, it's like 45 minutes there. So, because it's now 10:36, 10:30, 10:38. If you look at the 1 on that same cut time frame, look what it did. It just nothing. Flat, flat, flat. Slowly going up. Flat, flat, flat. That's what you would have had to contend with to get there. It doesn't look like that on the 5, but that's what it looked. That's what it took to get there. Now, had we got this to hold instead of flatten out, and then go up again, if this thing would have just held, we'd have been in that play right there because the 5 was strong. The 5 was very strong. But we got us an X control 3 with this volume here, and it hit, went sideways, basically lost momentum, and then hit again, didn't go anywhere. What we want to see is 2 or 3 more up this way with this strength right here, and it just didn't happen. And the stochastics at this point were 90s. We want to see that, but the RSI was weak, which means the 1 is weak. It's so aggravating. Trading is aggravating. So now it's showing a little life. So let's look at now. It's a pretty good move up, but again, no threshold, no momentum right here on the 5. Look, flat. It's flat. Flat. It made a move up, but it's flat. Maybe my threshold's too strong. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. I've traded this before. The $900 loss. I've traded this, and I've done well at it. But when you have bad days, it makes you second guess everything. So it's pulling back. That's a significant pullback. We got 60 cent right here, 90 cent over 5 minutes for Reddit. And what I was saying was this is a significant pullback right here on Reddit. It did say 90 cent just a second ago. 48 cent is starting to move back up. I've got to get better at moving the camera. I did a horrible job yesterday. Done a kind of a semi-horrible job today, but it pulled back right here. And demand is decreasing. So the move's pretty much over. So today's pretty much, at least we didn't use strong 5s, go big shares, and lose big, which is what I did yesterday. All right, QCOM has got some momentum on the reversal. We see the momentum right here. We got positive there. So we've got momentum. On a reversal, I don't expect these to be strong, the stochastics. What I expect is this is sold off so much they're trying to buy it up a little bit. We've got a positive number here, 44,000. That looks pretty good. This was a big number, but look at the pace come in and push it down. You definitely got to be shorts. Shorts are funny. See, you had a positive number up here, 56, 56.3, 56.5, 56.7. Still buying on the 5. But look at what the 1's doing. Pushing it down. This pace is pushing it down. And now we got negative numbers. It's starting to sell again. All right, hood hit the new high scanner. Let's see if it's doing anything. Flat. Make new highs flat. Well, we didn't dent the $900 at all today.
but I think we traded better. And I actually think I did better camera work too, but that's not saying much. All right, who's showing a little promise? ENPH is showing some momentum on the one, just flashed. We got zip on the one. We got zip on the fives. So, nothing. See right here? Pulled back. Yeah, yesterday. I wish I had yesterday back, but I cheated on because I had such strong fives. The ones were weak. They were weak, and should have never traded them. And today we didn't have hardly any strength on the ones to even enter anything. Look how flat that is. That's flat, y'all. Flat everywhere. No strength here on the fives. No strength on the ones. Flat, flat. Nothing here. We got 428 down, 357 up. Amazon is 10 cents off the high, but it's flat also. Look there. Look at that. It's flat. Nothing. No strength either. The RSI and Stows are dead. One has definitely been flat. That's hard to trade, folks. Even if the five looks great, like some of these other ones. Let's go back to it. You look at that and go, that would look great all the way up. You'd be nothing but green all the way. No, you wouldn't. It's going to bounce around just like this because the one happens inside those bars. And at 10 o'clock, you'd go up and you'd set flat, you'd set flat, you'd set flat, you'd set flat. And then after about 20 minutes, you get a little bump. And then it goes flat and flat and flat, and another 12 minutes, you get a little bump, and now it's starting to drift back. So it looks great, but this is still how it would be, because these 1 minute bars are inside those 5 minute bars. So I don't know, man. It looks great. I look at it and go, nice. But if you look at the one, not so nice. It just meandered up there. And I don't want to do that. I want in and out. All right, CBRS, weak right here. It's weak right here. But you got good volume coming in. That's Amazon. Let's see, who was this? I thought I saw CBRS. Maybe I got one line off. No, that's right. I was looking at the momentum. And that is Amazon. I was one line off. Okay. We got a little bit of strength on the stochastics. We got zip on RSIs. That's CBRS. No, maybe it was CBRS I saw. It's just flickering. CBRS is looking... Let me see if I can get this box out of the way, but I want to see it. Again, we got nothing. We got nothing, guys. We got nothing. I'm telling you, I wasn't recording when I was testing this all out. I've just started recently recording. I could have shown you some really great setups from when I was putting this all together and building thresholds and stuff. I've only done like 4 videos, and these last 2 days, they bite. They suck. SE hitting the new high of day, so we'll throw it on there. But I'll give you an example. RKLB. Back when I was putting all this together, and some of my I'm building a website too. Went 1050 or 1049 or something from the open range, and it fit every criteria I'm looking at. I want high 80s, like 80, 85 on RSI, and 90s on stows on the one. It did all that, and now look, it's trying to make me look foolish. And yesterday I did look foolish, but there was method to the madness, and it failed. And it was only based on the fact that I've seen so many strong fives. Just the one will go weak, but it will, because the five is strong. The buying comes back in, the momentum comes back in, and boom, we get $2, $3, $2 or $3 or $4 move, and we want a piece of that. So those are the reasons I did what I did yesterday. The only problem is they weren't perfect, so I probably should have done smaller shares on all of it. I think I did all the trades I did. The first loss I think was 500 shares. Should have been a little more cautious on that one because the spread was like 30 cents. Should only do 500 shares when the spread's like 10 cents. Instead of being down $150, I would only been down $50. So, but it's neither here nor there. Had it hit, it would have paid off big, but it didn't. I think the first trade was minus 250. Got my sheet. I think I got my sheet here somewhere still. Yeah. First trade minus 225. Second trade was minus 321. I should have stopped right there. Minus 545 on the day. And then I did a small loss on SOXL, which actually happened to be the best trade of the day. But for whatever reason, I didn't see it. I missed it. Lost 76 on that, and I know, and I was already down. I was already down 545. So any sign of weakness, I got out. So 70 minus 76.50 there, and then at that time I was minus 623 down, and then I said, okay, gonna try. I started to shut it down. I didn't. I sat around here talking and explaining things, and then the next thing I know, ASTS pops up again as a possible trade. So I traded AST twice. The first loss was 321. The second loss was I think I traded it twice. Yeah, 321, and the last loss was, I don't have it on my sheet here, 296 maybe? I think it's 296. I lost 296. So basically on AST I lost about $600, which was most of the day. And AST was strong. ASTS, it was strong on the 5, and and again, I know ASTS's history. I've traded it before I started recording anything. It can move, and if it's got a strong 5, I wanted a piece of that move. Well, it never came in on the one. The one stayed weak. So, And I'm about done for the day, guys. This is it. It's 11:53. They'll probably do afternoon moves. There may be some afternoon moves, but I won't see them. Yeah, it's dead. It's dead. Flat. No momentum here, and no strength. We look for momentum first, and then we look to see if there's any strength behind the momentum, and then we look to see if there's any volume, any participation. And our best move might have been, I think I saw $4 or $5 above, but it didn't really push there hard and fast, so we didn't really trade it. The two trades we did, I did ZS short twice, and I did Irene once long. I call it Irene, IREN. So, and we're down $86. And this is, and honestly, that's what I should have been yesterday, around 86 to $100, not $900. But today we stuck to our game plan to try to have 85 and 90s on the one to go along with strong fives, and we did for moments, and they just didn't follow through. So I feel better about the day. It was another loss, $86. You can recover that easy. $900, harder to recover. Harder to recover. It makes you want to be very scrutinizing over your next decision, your next move. But I think we did a better job today. I actually think I did less horrible doing the cameras and switching everything. So, again, I'm about to call it a day. ENPH hit the high scanners about 3 minutes ago. Target's on one of my other little scanners. But it's nothing. There's nothing showing. Nothing's here. Nothing's happening. And I'm gonna tell you, it's weird. It's weird that nothing's happened. Not weird. It's just I find it hard to believe that we didn't get at least one good momentum trade. And I find it hard, even though and I lost yesterday. I find it hard. I didn't get any ones that blew up yesterday. You can go look at the videos. They failed. They failed horribly, and the ones were strong. The fives were very strong, and the thing is, I have scans here set at the characteristics that I noted looking at charts and charts and charts and charts of stocks that did great moves. I went and looked. I painstakingly looked at those charts, and I said, okay, what is it about every stock that made good moves? What do they have in common? Well, that's in these scans. That's what's in these scans. The strong scans, that is. The new high of day, they don't have to be strong. They can be meandering up and hit a new high. But if they hit these scans, they're strong. And they're strong based on the characteristics of what I've looked at in charts that made great moves. And I'm like I said, I'm surprised yesterday turned out as bad as it did. But it did. And again, I'll say it again. I cheated entries. I didn't wait for the one to be strong. And when you see the one strong, along with the five, you'll know that that's exactly what happened in that video. Cheated entries. The ones were not where I should have let them be before I entered. I was hoping they would get there. And so they didn't. They failed. So again, tomorrow's another day. We can make up $86 like that. That 900 again, it's going to be lingering a bit. That's going to be lingering a bit because I'm going smaller shares to try to get that back. I'm not going to try to add to it. Unless I see an absolutely can't resist, everything's perfect, spreads are small, go 500 shares, bang out $1.50, and I've got 750 back just like that. And maybe grab $2 in the meantime, and I've got $1,000. I got it all back on one play. But that's a lot of ifs. So we'll see. We'll have to wait and see. Target's hitting the new high scan over here, but look, no momentum. It's $1.86 above, 200 shares, that's $400. Let's look at it. Look how long, look at it. You can sit there and watch it for 20 minutes. I don't want to do that. We got no momentum whatsoever. Very little strength. That's a 78 and 94. And stows look good. In the 90s, we want stows in the 90s. 90s to 100. We really want to see 95s. Up here, the 5, that's 77 and 90. It's not bad, but we're weak. We're weak. We're weak right here. We're weak right here. We're weak right here. We're weak on momentum. That looks okay. That looks okay. Pace is great. Still hitting new highs. Should I take the trade? Does it fit our parameters? No, it doesn't. It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. We want it moving faster. I'm not going to trade it. I'm tempted, but I'm not going to trade it. I can make up $86 quickly. Amazon's got good volume on the 1, so volume on the 5. It's still flat too. It's flat right here. No momentum, but it has consolidated at the highs. That's good. It's still weak. It's a 71. It's just weak, guys. Come back over here. It's easier to see the numbers over here. It's weak. That's weak on Amazon. That's a weak 5. No momentum on the 5. No momentum. It makes you want to trade it though. You're $1.79 up, and it's looking like it's going to break out. Well, that's what the 1 looked like yesterday when I traded into a strong 5. That's not even a strong 5, and it failed every time. Should I have gotten out quicker? Probably, but I was looking at the numbers. I was looking at these numbers. I was looking to see if they were staying positive or getting more negative. And the thing is, as it's falling on the 1, even though the 5 was strong, it was pulling back on the 1. It had heavy pace, heavy negative pace, and I don't think I explained it yesterday, but the blue color is an up move, the peach color is a down move. Well, it was pulling back, so it was peach like you just saw right here, but the numbers were positive and they were growing, which means on this down move, on this pullback, they were still buying the shares. The problem with that is it can pull back 50 cents to $1, and if you got 200 shares, you're down $200, and you're waiting for this thing to push back up because the 5 was strong. I was getting positive numbers. What can happen is it can all of a sudden turn negative. It can be the positive numbers can start getting less positive. They can go from like 150 down to 125. Well, that right there, you're already $200 down. You just saw it start selling off right here. So the bad thing about holding into that pullback is, and you're watching the numbers, and these are objective, guys. This ain't guessing. These are real numbers that you're looking at. When it turns negative or gets less positive, then turns negative, and that's what happened to me. It was positive, getting bigger, getting bigger, getting bigger in this pullback, and all of a sudden the positive numbers started getting less positive, which means it's selling, and I'm already $200 down. I'm already $1 down on 200 shares. Then all of a sudden the negative numbers come in. It turns from positive to negative. You're going to get another quick drop, which was maybe 50 cents, and then all of a sudden you're down $300. And that's what happened on trying to trade into a strong 5, even though my 1 wasn't strong. It didn't go well. And I held longer because the numbers said, hey, they're buying, just hang on. And I held on because the 5 was strong. Again, this is from seeing stuff over the years. But unfortunately, the selling came in, stronger selling came in and pushed it down further, bigger loss. So, but the 1 was weak before I ever started. All right, Amazon has done moved up a little bit. Reddit's showing a little momentum. No strength whatsoever, though. And it's Reddit's 40 is 50, 65 cents off the high. SE is 19 cents off the high, but look, nothing. It's not doing anything. FUTU, new highs. See, this is what I did yesterday. I continued to talk about the trades and stuff, and then ASTS showed some signs of life on a probably week 5 by then, or not as strong a 5 as it could have been. I took that one last trade, lost another 296, and that's what's happening here. I'm starting to see things flicker a little bit. I'm about to make the same mistake I made yesterday. But FUTU finally hit the, it's a strong scan. It was hitting the high of day. It's finally on the strong scan. What's it look like over here? It's right here. It's in the middle. 77 cents above. 87 cents above. 85. That's what we're looking for. See that right there? 85s and 90s. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for that right there. High 90s. We got a weak 5 right here. Got good volume on the 5 and the 1. Let's look at it. Let's look at it. Let's see what we got. We got a 20-cent spread. That's pretty good. I like that. I'm down $86. We got 89. That looks pretty good. We got 90s right here. 85 and 90, that's what I want to see, and 90s. 85 and 90 over here. Pretty good price action there. Definitely good 5 volume, definitely good 1 volume, definitely good 1 pace. Let's go back to the trading chart. Am I going to do what I did yesterday? Take that one last trade and make a difference, or what? It was looking pretty good for a minute there. We're still holding at 87 right here, 88. We're weak on the stows. It's now in the 70 range instead of being in the 90s. It's not holding up. Again, I'm trying to be very choosy today because of yesterday. Reddit still slow grinding it to a new high. Yep, it's on the new high scanner over here, right there. It just meandered up, guys. It didn't blow the doors off by any means. It meandered up. FUTU fell off really quick. And you can say this. It was our number one. It's been Reddit's been near the top the whole time. You could say, well, Larry, you could take a chance on that slow grind up. Yeah, you could. But that's not, even though I had a bad day yesterday, I'm trying not to change anything because that's not what you do. I know this works. I know what I'm talking about works. And I'm trying to tell myself, I'm trying to remind myself, Larry, you know this works. You traded weak ones into strong fives and it failed. You didn't trade strong ones and strong fives. That's the bottom line. That's what happened. We just got a 3 right there on the 1 for Reddit. It flashed for just a second. Alrighty. It's still trying to make new highs, guys. There's the 3 right there. It's hard to see in there, but that's the 3. That's the X control 3 right there. It's weak. It's weak. It doesn't have the momentum we want. Or the momentum I want. Some people may have traded that slow grind up right here and you'd have done well. 151.30 to 156.60. That's over $5. That's pretty good. All right. And it looks like it went straight up, but it didn't. It didn't go straight up. The one, if you'll look at the one through that same time period, that's what you'll see it did. All right. FUTU's number 2, making new highs. 82, I like that. 80 above 85 here, I like that. We're weak on that 1 right there, but we got momentum and we got volume, very good volume. All right, let's see what we got here. $32,000. We got 34. Good pace. We got momentum. We got 80s and the 85. It's weakened a little bit. We got strong 5. But the last, yesterday I did semi-strong 1s into strong 5s and didn't do well. So I'm trying not to do that again. SE is at 85. That's a pretty good RSI number. That's a great RSI number. Number 2 now. So we'll throw that in. Look at that right there though. That's flat. Flat. We got no momentum. That'll chew you up and spit you out. Those are the numbers we're looking for. See that 85 and 90? That's what we're looking for. Not one black cell and then 2 greens. We want all 3 looking like this, but we also want 85s and 90s over here, high 90s over here. We want momentum out here. We want momentum right there. Then you'll see exactly the game plan that my earlier videos talk about. But the last 2 videos, I did 2 videos yesterday. I put the original video up, but you didn't see 4 of the 5 trades. You only saw 1 trade, and I did a second video talking about the trades that weren't visible. because I didn't change the screens. Again, I'm still learning. Not learning. Well, I am learning. I'm trying to get more where it's second nature. And right now, I have to think about it. So, got good volume. That's great on the 5 right there. That's smoking. 84 is strong, but look, see, it's back down in the 70s. We don't want to trade that. We don't want to trade that. All right, guys, I'm 30 minutes past when I first said I was going to quit. I'm quitting. I'm not trading any more today, and I'm done. We're down $86. We can recover that. I could have recovered if I'd have stopped after the first two, 545. That's easier to recover than 900 is. So I should have stopped at 545, the first two losses, where I traded into a strong 5 with weak ones, and it failed. I should have stopped. Or, yeah, I should have stopped trading. I could have kept watching and waiting for a strong 1 and a strong 5, but it didn't happen. Every trade I took the other day was a strong 5 with a semi-strong looking 1. It wasn't completely where I wanted it, but because the 5 was really smoking strong, I took the trade and it cost me. So, all right, I'm done. I hope y'all have a good day.